Most people spend their entire lives chasing something that a small group of people on this planet are specifically taught to hide. Not protect. Not invest. Hide. And I was raised inside that group. I was never supposed to tell you any of this. But what I learned inside those rooms, behind those trust documents, inside those closed family council meetings, will permanently change the way you understand money, power, and why no matter how hard certain people work, specific doors never open from the outside. Stay with me. Because what I'm about to share is the conversation that never happens in public. And by the end of this video, you will understand something about wealth that 99% of people die without ever knowing. I was 6 years old when I felt it for the first time. That quiet, unspoken weight of a family name. Nobody explained what we had. Nobody told me how we got it. But I knew, the way children know things without being taught, that our house was not a home. It was a property. My school friends never visited. I always went to them. And I was sent to a school where nobody ever asked what your parents did for work. Not because nobody knew, but because at that level, you simply don't ask. And that was the first real lesson I ever learned in life, not mathematics, not history. This, the source of money, is private. Its existence is assumed. Its amount is never spoken aloud. Here is the first thing most people never understand about generational wealth. It is not about how much you have. It is about how invisible you keep it. The families who have held real wealth for generations are not the ones you see on magazine covers. They are the ones you have never heard of. That invisibility is not accidental. It is a discipline passed down like a language. And if you were not raised speaking it, you are already at a disadvantage that no salary can fix. I went to the right university, not for the degree. Everyone in those rooms already had a future before they arrived on campus. I was there for the connections, for understanding which names carried weight across borders and which ones didn't. And I met someone there who changed something in me permanently. He was self-made, brilliant, hungry, working harder than anyone I had ever seen. And when I looked at him, I felt something I am ashamed to admit even now. Not admiration, pity. Because he was exhausting every part of himself to reach a floor I had been born standing on. That moment told me everything about how this system actually works. And it is the thing nobody in my world ever said out loud, but everyone understood completely. Here is the second thing. The game most people are playing, and the game old money plays, are not the same game. Most people are taught to earn. Spend less than they earn, invest the difference, and repeat. That is a perfectly valid strategy. But it is a strategy for building. Old money is not building. Old money is preserving. And preservation operates by entirely different rules. When you are building, you can take risks, because you have survived zero before. You know what the bottom feels like. But when you are preserving 4 generations of accumulated wealth, zero is not a reset. Zero is a failure that echoes across an entire bloodline. That psychological difference changes every single financial decision made at that level. Every single one. The letter arrived from a law firm I had never heard of in a city I didn't live in. And for the first time, I saw the actual architecture of what my family held. Real estate. In 3 countries, a discretionary trust my grandfather established in 1962, a minority stake in a company not publicly mentioned since 1987, and the attorney said something that reframed my entire life in one sentence. He said, "You are not the owner. You are the beneficiary." I asked what would happen if I wanted to sell the Geneva property. He walked me through the trust structure, the tax event, the council vote required, the unanimous consent clause my great-grandmother had insisted on decades before I was born. I sat there and understood something most people never get close enough to discover. The money attached to my name was the least free money I would ever touch. Here is the third thing, and this one is the most important thing I will say in this entire video. Wealth at the highest level is not managed by individuals. It is managed by structures, trusts, family offices, LLCs, foundations, private equity allocations, legacy positions held for decades generating quiet income that compounds in complete silence. The wealthy person you see is not the wealth. They are simply the current face of a system that was designed to continue without them. This is why working hard and investing smartly, while genuinely important, will never by itself replicate what generational wealth actually is. Because generational wealth is not a number. It is a structure. And structures take generations to build properly. I eventually sat on the family council, 7 members. The oldest was 79. I was the youngest by nearly 30 years. A nephew wanted funds to start a business. Denied. A cousin wanted out entirely her share, her freedom, her clean exit. We voted 5-2 to deny her. She stopped coming to family gatherings. And I felt something colder than guilt sitting in that room, because I understood by then that the family was a legal entity before it was a human one. And legal entities do not make emotional decisions. Here is what I need you to take from that. The structure protects the wealth, even from the people inside it. That is by design. That is the point. The moment emotion enters financial decisions at that level, the structure begins to break. This is why most lottery winners and sudden wealth recipients lose everything within a few years. It is not because they are irresponsible. It is because they have the money without the structure. And without the structure, money is just a number with an expiration date. Now I watch my grandchildren the way my grandfather once watched me, looking for the one who can carry the name without being consumed by it. And I carry things about this family that exist in no document. Decisions that preserve the fortune and cost something human. Choices I cannot undo and have not stopped thinking about. That weight has no place to go. You simply learn to hold it. And sometimes in the quiet I think about someone out there right now, 23 years old, sitting at a desk, full of fire, convinced that if they work hard enough and long enough they can build what I was born into. What they don't yet see is that what they're reaching for took 4 generations of structures, decisions, silence, and sacrifice to make untouchable. They are building a ladder to a floor I was born standing on, and here is the truth nobody told me, and nobody told them. The floor was always the point. But the ladder is not useless. The ladder is how the next generation of old money begins. Somewhere a first generation is building right now. And if they build the structure, not just the number, their grandchildren will be born on the floor. That is the real lesson. That has always been the real lesson. If this video changed how you see money, share it with one person who is ready to hear it. And if you want to understand more about how these structures actually work, and how ordinary people can begin building their own version of them, subscribe and stay close. Because that is exactly what this channel is here for. I will see you in the next one.